Hello and welcome in video land or recording, whoever's listening to this recording. Lord, just bless them with their word. Alright, so I'm going to be talking a bit about prophet. What is a prophet? How are you called as a prophet? And just kind of like a general stuff of that nature. The first verse I'm going to be going over is Numbers 12. And he said, "Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream." And that is Numbers 12, verse 6. And just to clarify here, there's more to the story that's going on here. But a lot of times when I'm reading through the scriptures, when God calls a prophet, it's not, I guess I'm a prophet because I have the similar gifts. That's not what makes you a prophet. Just because you have the gift of prophesying, that doesn't make you a prophet. It's God that calls you. God's the one that ordains you. It's not man that ordains you as a prophet. It's nothing of that nature. It's God. And God's going to make known to you that you are a prophet in some way, shape, form, just to let you know. Now, he may use somebody to prophesy certain things of that nature, but God would also confirm it to you if you're following him. Going to Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18. And this is what God says. "I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren." So first off, we're seeing that he's going to raise them up from among them. It's not generational, though I have seen that the gift does follow generational. "Like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him." So right here, it's God calling you as a prophet. It's, how do I say it? Just because you see a prophet moving in the gifts, and it's like, hey, I have that gift, I must be a prophet. It doesn't work that way. Now, granted, in times and in the generation that we are living, the gift of prophecy is being poured out, and God is pouring out his spirit upon all flesh. But just be careful. Just because you got the gift of prophecy does not make you a prophet. God will confirm to you if you are a prophet. Now, Abraham, he was considered to be a prophet. Why do I say that? Well, at one point, one of the kings has taken Sarah from Abraham, and he was kind of being deceitful. And long story short, God says, give Sarah back, and basically says, he is a prophet. And so that's how we know God said it. So, going on to Amos, chapter, let's see here. Oh, there we go. Amos chapter 7, verses 12 through 17, it looks like I'm reading. And I'm going to butcher this name probably. "Also, Azariah said unto Amos, O thou seer, go flee thee away into the land of Judah, and there eat bread and prophesy there. But prophesy not against any more at Bethel, for it is the king's chapel, and it is the king's court. Then answered Amos and said to Ahijah, I am no prophet, neither am I a prophet's son, but I was as a herdman and a gatherer of the sycamore fruit. And the Lord took me as I followed the flock, and the Lord said unto me, Go prophesy unto my people Israel. So right here, we see that, what was he? He was just being faithful and doing what he was doing, you know? He was just a regular farmsman, if you will, taking care of the flock, doing his everyday stuff. But what we see here is God calls him. And so this is a very important thing here that I wanted to make sure. Now, not every prophet has the same calling. And why doesn't everybody have the same calling if they're a prophet? For one, Abraham was a prophet. What did Jesus say? From the blood of Abel to now, when he was talking to the Pharisees, that the blood of all the prophets, so Abel was a prophet, would come upon them. So Abel was a prophet. Now, did he just go and prophesy? Well, no, we don't have any of his prophecies. Now, every prophet is different in what they're designed to do. Now, just as he's saying, it's like, go and prophesy to Judah. Well, he wasn't called to go prophesy to Judah, was he? No, he is called to prophesy to Israel. And that's the key thing that a lot of times we kind of miss on what a prophet is they're called to a certain area of ministry, and, you know, they have different functions, and so that's a different topic. So we're going to carry on, and we're going to go now to give me a second here. Here we go. To Jeremiah 1 verse 4. And of course a lot of people do understand this, and I don't think I read everything from Amos, did I? No, but I did get the main point from that. So, anyways, continuing on. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Behold, I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Then said I, Lord, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But the Lord said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. And now here's the one thing I want to say about Jeremiah. Why does it say that he is a child? Or why does Jeremiah say I am a child? Well, we think of Jeremiah a lot of times, and he's kind of like old gray beard, but remember Samuel. How did he start off being a prophet? He got an adult-sized word. All he had to do was just deliver the message. He may not understand it being however old he was, 6 or 8, But God spoke to him, and he was called. He was given to God, just like Samuel was. Or Samuel, sorry, mixing my words. So, we see here, Jeremiah was called from a very, very young age. Amos, he was called at a different point in his life. And so a lot of times we want to say, I was ordained from birth. And that's probably true. But the one scripture I want to point out is, many are called, but few are chosen. And what do I mean by that is, you can get a job interview, say, you pass the interviews and all that stuff, but if you never show up for the job, you've been called. But if you never show up, you haven't been chosen. And it's the same way with that. God's called a lot of people to this office or that office, probably, but they haven't been chosen. They haven't passed the necessary tests in their life. And so, yeah, God has a destiny for a lot of people. A lot of people fail for this reason or that. And so let's just strive to be for the mark. And so, not everybody is called from a childhood. You get saved, and then God kind of works on you, and maybe God had a destiny for you, but you just lived your sinful life, and you never made it to that point in your life to be called a prophet. Because there's stages I've seen that God first ordains you in certain levels. I don't want to say it levels, but certain offices first. He's got to say, it's like, is this a faithful servant that I can entrust that office to? And so that's something also that's got to be important. And now there's a lot of times I know prophets can get derailed so badly. It's not even funny. And so I want to continue on to back to Deuteronomy chapter 18. And this is just some of the stuff here I want to read. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thy heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord has not spoken? When a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken, but the prophet has spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. And so there's two different prophets here that's kind of be mentioned here. One that's the false prophet, obviously, and he's leading the flock away. And then there's the other prophet that is the prophet of the Lord. But we, with our human logic and understanding, we get something from the Lord and we add to it. And we perceive that this is what it means. When really we just gotta, it's like, deliver the message. I saw blah 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 in a vision or in a dream. And so we perceive that we haven't actually gone to the Lord to seek the knowledge. We automatically assume that this is what it must mean. But that's being presumptuous and sometimes getting into pridefulness. And when you get into, a prophet gets into pridefulness, then they start getting derailed, and then they can actually become a false prophet along the way. But that is just kind of some stuff I wanted to cover for today. Thank you, and hopefully you enjoyed this message.